Superstar, I believe you've spoken to Katya, my second in command. Maybe the second fastest thing on Earth, after me.
He likes to tell himself that.
Katya and I have been talking, and we thought you might consider joining Born Fast. With you in the crew, Horizon would be history.
Yeah, except I don't care who wins, Tristan. I'm here to have fun.
I told you he would refuse. No matter. Now we get to see who really is second fastest.
Born fast, or
See you at the finish line!
dead last? What, nobody likes the motto now?
Nice, Katya.
Finding her number. Dialing now.
Yeah?
Hey, Katya, it's me. Can I talk to you about something?
Like what?
Tristan, tell him Jay should not have made that poor Rich joke.
Oh, these boys. Tristan is just terrified Jay might be right. I'm being called out by one of your favorite racers.
Wait, Tristan is a Jay fan.
He used to send me every midnight run, every PR stunt video. Why do you think he wanted an invite to Horizon UK in the first place?
Ah, makes sense.
Forgive Tristan. He can't help being rich. Now, enough therapy. Between you and me, superstar. So this is what dead last feels like. Not so bad.
Well, I guess it's you and me next, Tristan.
I don't think so. I'm not going to stoop to racing you. You're not even in that ridiculous Hall of Fame of yours.
Really? Well, talk soon, I guess, then.
So, Tristan won't race you until you're in the Hall of Fame. Well, do you want to tell him? I already told him. We're waiting for you.
I've got a better idea, Jay. Meet us down there.
Oh, you're gonna lose this one, Tristan.
Hey, you two! Calm down, Jay. So, Tristan, shall we finish this? Hey, Tristan! Born fast?
Born fast? Hey! You were supposed to beat them, not join them!
Dialing them both and creating a group call now.
Yo, you okay? Hey, what's going on?
Tristan Westfield-Bourne speaking.
Guys, you two should have been best mates, not worst enemies. So we're gonna fix that right now.
Well, if you think I'm going to group therapy while racing, you are quite mistaken.
Jay, anything you want to say to Tristan?
Look, I'm sorry, all right? Sorry I called you born rich. That was me.
Tristan, that's your cue.
I'm sorry about all of this. Anyone else? I wouldn't have cared.
Yes, that was epic! Now, who wants to go back to the start line and make it best 2 out of 3?
Right. Now we can get back to street scene without all this drama, okay? Both of you?
Absolutely. But can I just say, that drama led to the sickest race series in Horizon history. Yo, Tristan, come to street scene this weekend. I'll introduce you to everyone, but you still have to pretend like we still can't stand each other, okay?
I get it. But I want to drive that Aventador of yours.
Hola, amigo. I've got a call from my prima Ale at Horizon Apex. She wants to partner with the university research team.
Cool. What does she want to study?
What do you think, my friend? Absolute maximum speed. You'd better get down here.
Hey there, kid. We've got a new stunt set up. Drop by when you can.
Time to drift como los bochos. Meet me here.
Hey, Ale. Hey, Bocho?
I only changed the wheel angle and suspension a little. Okay, I changed the suspension a lot.
I can't wait to try it.
Let's start with a tour of Guanajuato. Don't worry about the tires, I have spares.
I wonder if your Papa Fernando ever did this kind of thing.
Maybe even on these streets. Que dice? We'll never know.
go!
Que chido! Bring it in and let's get you those new tires. You look like you had fun with that. But wow, I'm really gonna need new tires.
Yeah, I got a bit carried away.
Don't worry about it. I've got loads of spares back at the shop. Talk soon. Hola, amigo. One more thing I want from the bocho. A photograph, so the memories last even longer than a Volkswagen Beetle. I can think of a couple of places. The place where Papa Fernando left it for us to find, or the Baja where he did all his off-road racing. What do you think? That's where these all started. Come and meet me. Original condition, just like when it rolled out of La Fábrica in the 60s. You like it?
That's a classic look. What about the upgrades, though?
Don't worry, all the upgrades are safe. We can put them back on anytime. I wanted to take a nice picture of the car.
Ah, yes. Natural habitat of the butcher.
First Beetle in my family, but it wasn't the last. I owned one, Ramiro owned one. Maybe... this sounds stupid, but... maybe we carry the spirit of our Papa Fernando with us, you know? Or maybe it's just a Mexican thing.
It's really nice, Alejandra. Probably a Mexican thing too, though.
Definitely a Mexican thing. Come on, get the photo already.
Desert skies will be perfect.
If it was in black and white, it could be Papa Fernando on race day. Me encanta. I want to say muchísimas gracias for everything. We always put Papa Fernando's picture on the ofrenda for Dia de los... Say to him.
Tell him the vocho is in safe hands.
It will be. Papa Fernando says the vocho belongs to me now. I can do whatever I want with it. So, I'm giving it to you.
What? Ale, no.
Just promise you'll always bring it back to my garage. Now get out of here. Papa Fernando and I have some ideas to work on. I'll call you. Saludos again. Remember our stock versus scratch race where I beat you by about 2 millas?
Not how I remember it.
Papa Fernando said a racer should be their own mecánico. Well, I have the ultimate test. Come and meet.
The next Horizon arcade event will begin any minute now. Enjoy!
So, what do you have planned, Ellie?
Nada. Well, I did get a hold of a bare VW Beetle chassis, and I have built something from scratch. Papa Fernando would probably think I've gotten a little bit loca.
And you've got a Koenigsegg here too, because
Because we're going to race them, of course. This time I get stuck, and don't hold anything back.
you're on!
What did you think of my cyber bocho?
I think you set this whole thing up just so you can say hyperbocho.
Maybe I did. If you like, bring your bocho down to the auto show sometime, and I'll show you how to customize it.
Well done. Oh, and mi familia has organized a small exhibit of Papa Fernando's things at the outpost. You should take un vistazo.
He sounds like a great guy. I wish I'd known him. ay, ay. Híjole!
Calm down, Ramiro. What's up?
El Forzudo has called you. Has called Toro Loco out.
El Forzudo? The nemesis of El Campeon, right?
Híjole! It's going to be incredible.
I'll make sure Toro Loco is there.
Damas y caballeros, it's time for the battle of the century. El Forzudo versus Toro Loco. No cage can hold them. Fanáticos de lucha. The match begins. Entran los automóviles, here they come. What a massive battle! The lucha is on. Leaving the arena. El Forzudo and El Campeón first met in a hard-fought tag team race. They were allies and defeated every challenger. In a final match, El Forzudo failed to pass El Campeón in time, and they lost a brave luchador would attempt a shortcut here. Una gran victoria for Toro Loco! El Forzudo taking on Toro Loco is a bold move. A challenge to the master. What is happening?
This match could not be more thrilling, but it is! Toro Loco must choose. Will it be El Forzudo or El Campeón?
Increíble! The world of lucha is shocked! Toro Loco has turned rudo and is now on El Forzudo's side against El Campeón! I cannot believe my eyes! Begin! Smash the cage! Oh! Who will seize the victory by finishing the round first? Ha! El Forzudo refuses to acknowledge Toro Loco as his equal? Shocking development! And the audience demands a Rudos versus Rudos match! The Batalla and the Rudos must have some magnificent shortcuts! Los conductores are halfway through the route. The Autodores are 3/4 of the way through the course. The giant wheels of the monster ghost. The drivers are approaching the finish line. The betrayer El Forzudo has been defeated. Toro Loco is a real fighter, an equal among El Forzudo and El Campeón.
Híjole, I thought we'd seen it all.
Hey! What is it, Ramiro?
No, es el monstruo fantasma. The monster ghost has returned.
What now?
I'll send you a link. This is a classic storyline. Look, just come to Guanajuato. Pronto.
The monster ghost is back from decades in exile, after an epic defeat by El Campeón and El Forzudo. They cannot face their ancient enemy alone. They need an ally. And that ally has stepped up. It's the courageous Toro Loco! From the depths of the underworld, it is the fearsome monster ghost. The monster ghost plotted his revenge against his old rivals, El Campeón and El Forzudo. One luchador alone cannot stand against the monster ghost. Here comes El Campeón to help defend Toro Loco! Shotgun is sneaking up on you.
When luchadores work together, they can drive away a terror, like the monster ghost. I cannot wait to see what bouts of lucha de carreteras await us in the future.
Hey, come quick! Papa Fernando needs your help!
Okay. I'll be right there.
Oh, right. I get it now.
To be honest, though, it was me who needed your help, not Papa Fernando.
I can't fault that logic. Who are the other racers?
You know them. It's the Born Fast crew. They're raring to go. Hey! He's eager. But this isn't really a street race. There's no checkpoints, just the finish line. So keep to the route and get there first. Like that! We're gaining! It's hard to overstate the effect that the Beetle had when it arrived in Mexico in 1954. Before that, all we had were these huge American cars. So this new European-style car with its shape and light chassis and those adorable headlights and an engine that anyone with a tractor could fix was, well, a complete game changer. They were so exciting that they were displayed at the Ciudad Universitaria in Mexico City, and there were lines to come and see this new car. Production of the Beetle started in Mexico soon after 7 of them finished the Carrera Panamericana. Before that, people were a bit worried about reliability, you see. We Mexicans love a good-looking car, but a car that can do work is better. The Panamericana convinced us, and in '61, Automex had assembled 250 of them. By '62, the first plant had opened in Jalostok, making 10 of them a day. We love that car. So another plant opened in Puebla in 1967. And in '71, El Ocho became the official taxi of Mexico City, which is why you see so many of them today. It's funny. The first Ochos were imports, or CKDs. But in 1971, we were exporting them to Costa Rica, and back to West Germany, Austria, Belgium, everywhere in Europe. It was a sad day in 2003 when the last Volkswagen sedan Última Edición rolled up. That is a great car. Probably the most iconic car in all of Mexico. Ay, es increíble que un auto tan pequeño deje un vacío tan grande. Adiós, sedan. Thanks. I'll call you when I've got that next one ready. I have a brilliant idea.
Another one. What happened to the previous idea?
This one is better. Meet me in town. I have two cars here. A first-generation Volkswagen and a seventh-generation Volkswagen Golf. Made in Mexico for almost half a century. Sadly, they stopped building them in 2021. But we can still race them. What do you say? To make it fair, I will give you a chance to make an informed choice. Let's go for a test drive. And I've got lots to tell you about Volkswagen Mexico. Volkswagen Mexico headquarters are in Puebla City. It started production in as we call it, the Bocho. VW made multiple attempts at replacing the famous Beetle with newer models, but all of them failed way short of achieving the production figures until the Volkswagen Golf came into play. The first generation was released in Mexico as the Volkswagen Caribe and had quite a few variations, including the Golf GTI you're driving right now. VW engineers, inspired by the Beetle GSR, designed and prototyped the Golf in secret as a Skunk Works project. Little did they know that the Golf GTI would become the hot hatch. Shall we jump 40 years in the future and try the 7th generation? The 7th generation of the Golf first appeared in 2012. This version is the Volkswagen Golf R, R meaning race. This was the fastest Golf in the range, with a 0 to 60 time of 5.1 seconds. Volkswagen Mexico produced all 7 generations of the Golf, totaling more than 2 million units over 44 years. In fact, a lot of Golfs you find in the US were built here. All right. Enough driving around. Let's go head to head, after you've had a chance to rest. I'm a fair man. I'll let you choose. Which Golf do you want to drive for our little race?
I'll take the Golf GTI.